Leave me alone, Mom! I'm studying!
Young fellow! What kind of wild errand? Young man, can you hear me?
Mom! What? This has got to be a dream. Wake up, doofus. And you, go away.
Oh dear. Over here, my lad. It appears I'm still here. Oh. I'd like very much to leave, lad, but it appears that I'm trapped here.
Well, that makes two of us. Only I know how to get out of here. I'm totally cutting back on Netflix. I'm seeing things. Charles Darwin? The evolution guy? On the cover of my biology book? The dead evolution guy on the cover of my book? It says here that Darwin was born in 1809. That's over
200 years. No need to wish me happy birthday. And your name, lad?
It's Charles. I'm named after my dad. It's a whack name. It's okay for an old guy.
No doubt. A nickname then. Cholly. Chap. Suppose I just call you lad.
Whatever. How about if I call you Doc? Because you studied to become
A physician.
Yeah, and you wanted to be a doctor of, like, religion?
A doctor of divinity.
Yeah, Doc.
Very well. Lad. So, perhaps if you and I work together, we can discover why I have been summoned to your rooms. Tell me.
So, how come you didn't go all the way to becoming those kinds of doctors?
Is that in your book? Well, both professions were my father's idea of what I should do. But in the case of the former, I became ill at the sight of blood, and in the latter, the intention just fell away when I joined the crew of the Beagle as a naturalist.
Oh yeah, you went on a long trip.
Against my father's better judgment. He thought my plan wild.
They always think that.
And I was by no means a distinguished student, considered rather below the common standard in intellect, I think.
You?
To my deep mortification, my father once said to me, "You care for nothing but shooting, dogs, and rat catching, and you will be a disgrace to yourself and all your family."
Jeez.
You appear to be preparing for a voyage of some sort.
I'm leaving.
A journey to lands unknown?
No, just moving back home. I got a friend who could put me up. She's my ace.
A young lady. Your ace. My father certainly would have thought that a wild plan. Have you no ace among your new mates?
The kids around here are strange. They're like aliens.
You're having trouble adapting to your new environment.
Tell me about that trip. It sounds cool.
It was the most important event of my life. But we frequently sailed close to the equator, so it wasn't often cool.
No, cool means forget it. So that's when you started to believe in evolution?
Believe? Believe? Evolution is not a matter for belief, lad. It is a robust explanation for many, many facts about how creatures are spread about the globe and how they are related over time. Facts in the fossil record. Facts we have learned from the selective breeding of animals. Lovely, incontrovertible facts. Take the helm, my boy.
Whoa! This is kind of cool. I mean, you know what I mean.
We set sail in December of 1831 from Portsmouth, England, heading for the islands off the northwest coast of Africa. I, however, remained in my cabin, horribly seasick as I would be for the next 5 years.
Bummer. Well, what's our cabin like?
9 feet by 11, also housing the ship's library and chart room, and shared with Captain Fitzroy, a man of mood swings and arrogant outbursts, simmering into long-held grudges. I adapted.
Okay, I get it.
Recall that the port of Santiago in the Cape Verde archipelago. Sunshine, warm seas, black women in snow-white linen and bright turbans bursting into song. I bounded ashore and made the volcanic rocks resound under my geological hammer.
Geological hammer?
I found a horizontal white band of shells within a cliff face along the shoreline 45 feet above sea level. It was obvious that this layer of shells was at one time under the ocean. How did it end up 45 feet above sea level? Was it possible that small upward movements of the land raised the shell layer?
See now, how did you even have that thought?
Something must have raised those shells from the sea, and more violent movements of the earth would have broken the neat horizontal line of shells.
Oh.
On first examining a new history, nothing can appear more hopeless than the chaos of rocks. But by recording the stratification and nature of the rocks and fossils, always reasoning and speculating, light begins to dawn, and the structure of the whole area becomes intelligible. In the Pampean Formation, I discover ancient fossil animals covered with a carapace like that on the existing armadillo. The extinct glyptodont must have looked like a one-ton groundhog wearing a suit of armor. The modern armadillo is shaped like glyptodont, but is hairless and hardly more than an armful. It occurs to me that the one extinct creature had evolved.
Huh?
Transmuted.
What?
Gradually changed into the other.
Oh, okay.
An armadillo, by the way, makes an excellent dish when roasted in his shell.
Oh.
Tastes like duck.
Better than beetle, huh, Doc? But if the one glypto changed into the armadillo, wouldn't there be evidence of what's that word?
Intermediate.
That's it. Intermediate glyptos or whatever, like not so hairy or not so big.
Good lad!
Yeah!
And indeed there is such evidence. In the layers of rock and other geological strata laid down over millions of years, progressive changes can be seen in fossils from earlier to later layers.
So is there a complete set?
I don't follow.
Of fossils?
Not at all. The preservation of the remains of a once living thing must have been rare. Even so, enough has been preserved to mark, say, the evolution of the horse. So, that is the first law of evolutionary theory. The fossil record proves that species vary over time. Rule 3. Evolution is descent with modification.
Evolution is descent with modification. You mean there was a common ancestor for, like, the Chihuahua and Saint Bernard?
Precisely!
That's totally random.
No. Breeders make deliberate choices for traits. In nature, it's totally random. One more thing.
Uh-oh. Fourth law, huh?
I fear so. Hold your hand up. What do you see?
5 fingers?
Yes. If you could see inside the flipper of a porpoise, you would see a very similar set of 5 fingers. Inside a cat's paw,
4.
and inside a bat's wing, 3, and in a horse's hoof, 1.
1. I see where you're going with this, Doc.
Now, the paw, wing, flipper, hand, and hoof look very different, but are all built on the same bone structure. The explanation? All of these animals, including the human one, are descended from a common ancestor, but the changing features of the forelimb were selected by nature. Fourth law, animal morphology supports the idea of natural selection.
See, now, that's what I don't get. How does nature select?
Well, the creature in question, the porpoise, or the boy, doesn't himself select how many fingers it has.
Well, didn't God make nature? Maybe he did the selecting.
Science must remain silent on such questions. Scientists can speak with authority only on matters that can be proven through observing and testing and reasoning about the natural world. The supernatural is someone else's baby.
Someone's what?
My lad. There are scientists who are unbelievers and scientists who are believers, though they do not generally mix their science with their beliefs. Religion is a matter of faith and entirely personal, but each of us is not entitled to his or her own science. Discovery most supply, isol speciations with family relations,
Producing the mutations for later generations. We got rocks and fossils, we got hard cold facts, mapping evolution's tracks. We're able to feel impact, but any fool can see the living menagerie. It solves another mystery.
Biodiversity.
13 kinds of Galapagos fish, that's a lot per square inch.
Then one or two will do.
Almost the same, but tweaks and beaks.
Let me picking for weeks
Till the evidence speaks.
Way to go on the archipelago is to find your own island.
Where your beak can land, the food that's close at hand, and expand your brand, make a stand. But don't misunderstand, it's unplanned. Nature picks the traits that puts the food on your plate. It selects the shape and tweaks the beak.
Producing the mutations for the
Later generations.